What's going on? Truth Awakes here. Father sentenced to 6 months in jail for paying too much child support. Let me reinstate that. Father sentenced to 6 months in jail for paying too much child support. This seems like a crock of utter BS. I cannot believe, in today's society, this is what's happening. Okay, a father will spend half of 2014 behind bars for doing too much for his son after overpaying child support and seeing his son too often breaking terms that were secretly modified without his knowledge. A judge sentenced him to a lengthy jail sentence. Clifford Hall has been doing his best to give care to his 11-year-old son who lives with his ex-wife. He pays his child support and visits regularly. I'm his father. It's my responsibility to take care of him, Hall said. Last November, his child support payments were paid in full. Sometimes between then and now, the child support agreement between Hall and his wife was modified without his knowledge. Hall wound up overpaying by $3,000, a fact that Harris County District Court Judge Lisa Millard found contemptible. Another term that was modified without his knowledge was his visitation schedule. Subsequently, Hall was found to have overvisited his son. Judge Millard ended up finding Hall in contempt of court. When she said, "I remand you to the Harris County Jail for 180 days, my mouth dropped," Hall told Fox 26 Houston. In addition to 6-month jail sentence, Judge Millard is forcing Hall to pay his ex-wife's attorney fees. "I can't be there for my son in jail," Hall said. "I can't pay child support in jail. This is not the best interest of the child." Hall is correct. Such heavy-handed actions on the part of the court serve no one. Not only is the child going to be deprived of his father for the next 6 months, but taxpayers will have to pay the father's incarceration and will potentially be forced to subsidize the mother's living expenses in lieu of the child support payments. Okay? It just goes to show us that no good deed goes unpunished in police state USA. I'm going to play this footage so you guys can see.
Well, a Houston father is facing 180 days in jail for overpaying his child support and over-visiting his 11-year-old son. His attorney and a community activist are now demanding answers. Randy Wallace joins us live with a story you'll see only on Fox. Randy?
Don, we all expect to see judges throw the book at fathers who fail to pay child support. But a father who says he's been doing the right thing now has an arrest warrant against him.
It's my responsibility to take care of it. I brought him in this world. I have to.
Clifford Hall says he's more than happy to pay child support for his 11-year-old son.
I'm his father. It's my responsibility to take care of it.
But Hall says when the amount of child support was modified, no one told him.
And I discovered that for some reason his employer was withholding a large amount some weeks, a small amount some weeks, zero amount some weeks.
And I didn't want to go to jail, basically.
So Hall quickly paid almost $3,000 in back child support. When Hall and his ex-wife were in Judge Lisa Millard's court last November, he owed nothing.
Opposing counsel testified twice that he's all paid up.
But the attorney representing the child's mother wanted Hall to pay her $3,000 in attorney fees, and Judge Millard agreed. Court documents also reveal Hall wasn't following the court's scheduled times to pick up his son. Another modification he says he knew nothing about.
The judge ended up sentencing him to 6 months in jail.
When she said, remand you to the Harris County Jail for 180 days, my mouth just dropped.
This entire situation is shocking to me. I've never seen one like this.
Community activist Cornell Lex wants the state's judicial board to investigate.
The court failed the child. The court failed Mr. Hall. The system broke down.
I can't do that for my son in jail. I can't pay child support in jail. This is not in the best interest of the child.
Judge Lisa Millard says Hall walked out of court after he was found in contempt, which she says is a big no-no. Judge Millard also points out Hall's attorney could have filed a motion for reconsideration. She says that would have allowed her to hear both sides again and reevaluate the situation. Hall's attorney is now working on an appeal, and in a few days, Hall plans to turn himself in, and Don will, of course, keep everybody posted on how this plays out.
It really is a strange situation.
Very, very, very strange. I mean, it kind of shows that sometimes these things can be changed, modified. Maybe one parent doesn't know, but it's very confusing, and you've got to wonder how this man could go to jail for this.
All right, Randy Wallace, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, you guys heard me read the article. You saw what's going on. You saw the video, and I'm about to put in my 2 cents. This is ridiculous. This is downright ridiculous and pathetic. First of all, it just goes to show you that child support in the court system, when it comes to family situations and children and custody battles, it needs to be overlooked. It needs to be looked at. You know what I mean? It needs to be looked at, because this is ridiculous. You don't send people to prison or jail for overpaying child support or overspending time with their children. That's what you want people to do. You want people to spend time with their kids. You want fathers to spend time with their children. You want fathers to pay for their children. You don't, punish them for doing such. I think the ex-wife, first of all, and I'm going to say this, and this is what I mean by, when I say I'm a black feminist, this is what I mean. The wife needs to reevaluate herself for real. Because in my opinion, you're paying child support, keyword child support. You're not paying to take care of the wife or your ex, you're not paying to take care of them. You're paying to take care of the children. Okay, there shouldn't have been any modifications without the father and the mother knowing. Okay, both should know what's going on. You shouldn't be making changes without their consent. That right there didn't make any sense. The judge is out of control right now. You don't send someone to prison for 180 days, 6 months, half the year, because they overpay child support and they overspend time with their children. That's a bunch of malarkey, and that's ridiculous. And like he stated, how is this going to help anybody? The child loses a father figure, a role model, okay? He loses a father, a role model. He also loses income to help take care of the child, okay? And then on top of that, you can best believe each month that Hall is in jail, they're going to still expect child support. So what's going to happen is he's going to be released from prison or jail 6 months from now, and is going to owe a crap load of money to the ex-wife for child support because he was unable to pay for it because they put him in jail for overpaying child support. This is ridiculous, all right? And this is what I mean by when I say I am a feminist, I'm for equality for men and women. That's my role in here. And this right here is ridiculous. He shouldn't be going to prison for 6 months for overpaying child support. He should have been notified about the changes as well. There's a lot of things wrong with this case. And before all the bitter black men come on here, as you can see, his attorney is a black woman. Okay? So don't sit up here and make it seem like all black women feel the same way or are the same way. Because me, along with his attorney and many other black women, all can see that this is ridiculous and wrong. I hope justice is served for Hall. And honestly, they need to find the mother, because she's sitting up here doing everything behind closed doors without the father's permission or consent. He doesn't even know what's going on. And he's being put in prison for something that's ridiculous. But anyways, this just goes to show you need to be careful of who you are sleeping with and being with. Okay? Seriously.